Let me take a minute and float one by you. Get it? Because it's root beer float. Greetings and welcome back to a creamy and nostalgic episode of the Vodkast. I'm your host as always, Jason Oliver. With us today is, oh, Jesus Christ. You know what's with us today? It's the Bluebell ice cream. It's the root beer float, the A&W Rootbeer float. There's a lot of disappointing things that are going on right now to me. I went to go grab this. I thought, hey, it's nice and quiet. I'll do the A&W Rootbeer float review today, because why not? And then I opened it up. Yeah. Some son of a bitch has busted into my A&W Root Beer review copy, and I'm very upset by it. Actually, I'm not very upset by it. All we need is the flavor. We don't need a brand new thing to open up and be like, hey, it's new and exciting. It is new and exciting. However, it's been opened. Also, I'd planned on making a root beer float alongside this with some A&W Root Beer. However, I bought 2 bottles of it, and my children have drinking all of it. So we're going to skip that for today. Maybe we'll come back and do another one, depending on how good this is. Now, before we get into this, I do want to talk to you briefly about some stories about the A&W Root Beer stand. I don't know if you guys have ever been to one. I don't know if there's any around anymore. I know they do still have A&W restaurants that you could go to. Usually they're in malls, and they're not bad. However, when I was a kid, my Uncle Steve, I used to call him Unky, he would take me fishing on Saturday or Sunday mornings, depending if we were going yard sailing or if we were going fishing. We'd go out, we'd go to Tom's bait shop, and then we'd go hit the fishing spots, would fish for a few hours, and then we would come back, and when we came back, we would stop every single time at the A&W Root Beer stand, and we would get fries and burgers that were like nothing that you can get today. I have yet to find that type of quality of food, probably not even quality, but the I don't know how to explain it exactly, but the food was really good. And what they did there, what made A&W so prominent in my life was the fact that they made their own A&W Root Beer on the spot. So you could buy them in milk gallons, either the small little milk gallons, they were so cute and they had the root beer in them, or you could buy a full gallon of root beer and you got yourself some A&W freshly made, root beer. It was amazing. So I'm hoping that the flavors found in here are going to bring me back to those times in my life that I remember so fondly. Because there's not many times in my life that I remember at all, so it's odd that I remember anything. I'll give you guys a little better look at this if I can. I got some really shitty shots here. Here, let me just do this. There you go. Yeah, it's a little combination of, brown and white. Exactly what do you expect? I imagine the brown is supposed to represent the root beer and the white is supposed to represent the ice cream. So let's, without further ado, let's see if I can get a scoop, a nice mix of root beer and ice cream here, and we'll give it a go, and I'll let you know what I think. Here we go. I haven't eaten breakfast yet. It's 9:09. I don't know where time has gone today. I'm going to try one more bite. Well, hot damn, that is remarkably close to the root beer that I remember when I was a kid. I remember it was never quite as carbonated as a bottle, or if you went to the store and got a root beer or something like that. It was a little flatter, and this is kind of capturing that, mainly due to the fact that it's ice cream and it's not carbonated. However, it is very, very tasty. I would actually love to try this in a root beer float because it completely encapsulates that flavor in every regard. It reminds me of, like I said, the root beer I got when I was a kid. Yeah, if you're into root beer floats, this is insanely good. This tastes just like a root beer float without the carbonation and without the hassle either. I always find it's very difficult. When you make a root beer float, do you put the ice cream in first and then pour the root beer? Or do you put the root beer and then mix the ice cream in? Either way, it seems like it always ends up overflowing. You're trying to stir it. It's going everywhere. Just get one of these. You no longer need to make a mess of your kitchen anymore. I am going to score this a 9. I think it's fantastic. Bluebell makes some really fantastic ice creams. I don't think I did a review of it, but their gooey butter cake is pretty sick. It's something to die for. So if you've never tried that, I'd give it a whirl. I definitely would give this a whirl if you're into root beer floats or just into trying new ice cream flavors. Very good. At 9, go get it. You'll love it. And if you're into root beer floats like me and my friends are into cryptids, then you should check out this video, The Vodkast and Friends. I recently got to sit down with my good friends Artie and Jess. They just released a brand new coloring book called Cryptids. It's filled with all different types of cryptids. We sat down, we did some coloring, and we talked about it the other night. So if you're into that sort of thing, I think it's definitely worth a watch. And I think that's going to wrap this video up. I really hope you loved it as much as I love making it. If you guys are loving the content I'm creating as much as I love creating the content that you guys are watching, would you please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and hitting that little bell icon because it'll let you know every time I put out a new video. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today. Tomorrow, let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit more root beer floaty together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and in the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love and never let your inner child die. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodkast loves you very much just the way you are. All right, guys, do no harm. I'm Geycen Oliver. This is the Vodkast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road to 50. Take care, my friends, and happy adventuring.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.